Okay, so I'm having fun this morning times. Because nobody ever, all the talking heads, they're all worried about going to get banned or going to get two cabal members who are homosexual rapists, roided up on steroids with guns and tasers to show up at my door pretending to be investigators, and they're going to try to form tackle me and hold me down and rape me to death. It's like, well, I understand that. But you still got to get the message out. And, when I say, like, well, have you ever heard criminals talk to each other? This is how it goes. This is my interpretation of two criminals talking to each other. What are we going to do about the election? We got to bomb them. How are we going to do that? It's going to be hard. Yeah, I know. They're probably got international security out the ass. Yeah, I know. So what are we going to do? Divide and conquer. What do you mean? We're going to create crime everywhere around the voting precinct area, the voting area where people go. We're going to commit crimes. They're going to have to divert resources everywhere around where we want to be. We will already be there with what we need stuffed up our butts so that when the time comes, we can retrieve it from our rectum and use it. It's a pipe bomb or whatever it is. Hey, that's not a bad idea, Charlie. Well, I don't know. Since we're both hardcore criminals, we're going to pull this off with all of our white supremacist buddies, right? It looks like, because we're the cheese, we got AR-15s and trucks. And that's how that would go. That kind of a thing. But criminals do that. Well, how are we going to rob the bank with all these cops? Jack a car over here, assault somebody over here, let off a gun into the street here, and then the cops will all run that way. And then the bank, there will be one guy, security guy at the bank, like, geez, there's nobody around. If anybody can do it, put him up, right? So there's that. But I wanted to get into my Christian faith and how the Chinese, well, I'll get into my Christian faith about how everybody loves the founding fathers, but they were essentially Minutemen, militiamen, almost you'd call them terrorists, even though they're fighting for their own land. Their tactics were terroristic for the time, and they were seen as underhanded, but they won, right? Now they did that in order that they could maintain their civilization, their Judeo-Christian way of life, their Bible, right? Essentially, it was the Bible. And they justified it that way. And lo and behold, their justification was correct, because for the last 200, 300 years, we've had a Judeo-Christian America with the Bible right out front. So the time for that, I think that the time has come to fight for that again. And when you've got the Chinese and the Democrats using the most underhanded tactics in the world, that the world has ever seen, then it's time to go back to the book and look at it and say, screw this morality that's been shoved down my throat. I want the Minutemen. I want the Minutemen who are going to cheap shot these assholes en masse at large in great numbers so that they won't come back, and kill them all so that they won't come back. And this is literally where we're at, So when I say that I can't justify it one way or the other, well, let me justify. If you can't justify it any other way out of me, let me do it to you like this. I've always been a believer. I've always loved God and known that God was on my side and loved me, and that if I played my cards right, I'd make it into heaven. The times when I've felt closest to God and most where I felt that I did is when I was fighting, but not just fighting for the right thing. That's when I felt that I was honoring God the most. So that's from me to you. When I fight evil, when I fight corruption, if there is some dumb satanic cabal, I kill them, because that's honoring God to me. All this pansy Christianity where they get railroaded, bent over with a freight train up their ass, and they tell you that felt good. I'm not one of those Christians. So you can take to the bank, and you can cash that check, because I'm a Christian and I'm not nice about it. Not one of those guys who's going to try to really proselytize to you like either you're going to click with me on it or it's not going to happen and you're out of my life. You know, the thing is, like, these communists and these Democrats think that I want them around, and they're so wrong about that. Because I hate them because they're godless. I hate them. They're unbelievers. They're scum to me. They're abortionists and they're scum, and I push them away. And it's always them coming back from a different angle, trying to be my friend again. No, that's why you guys get hurt so bad with people like me. That's why your hearts are broken so hard with people like me. It's because you're showing up again and I'm going to put your head into the ground again. It's like, oh, you can't figure it out. Well, I don't know. Maybe you should talk to your cabal leader as to what you should do next. Or if you can't handle adult topic matter and you want to silence other people, you want to take other people, deplatform them, maybe you should find an adult who can handle adult topic matter. You should say, I'm too much of a child to deal with this adult topic matter, and I need an adult in here to come and take my place who can handle adult topic matter without being a small child about it mentally. Because I'll kick the shit out of you if you're one of those people. If you're one of those whiny, crybaby, progressive liberals, I will fucking break you. I hate you and I'll break you. And you better be careful. The godless shit and the abortion all the time. We're this close to it. I can feel it.